On opening day in South Carolina, Ted, Brett, and I spotted two toms standing right next to Ted's car. We ended up hunting those birds the rest of the morning, but eventually they stopped gobbling and we lost track of them. So the next morning, we figured that we would start in that same area, and we were hoping that we would hear them gobble on the roost. We spent a good amount of time listening, but didn't hear any gobbles, so we went back to the truck, made a game plan to check out some different areas.
Sometimes it's just tough. Man.
So the rest of the morning we went to a couple different spots that we were interested in, but weren't able to strike up any turkeys. So we went back to camp, edited through the middle of the day, and then decided to check out a new area for the evening. And we definitely didn't expect to see turkeys right off the road again 2 days in a row, but that's what happened.
Another strutter on the road! There's two toms right there. All right, we need to probably pin that. Just came over to a different place that we have not been hunting, but we hunted a bunch last year, and we just spotted a strutter and then a scratcher and maybe a hen in there too. There's at least three turkeys. But I saw two beards and one strutter. This morning we just had a bad morning. We didn't see anything, but we got about an hour left and we're gonna go make a hunt. Here's the funny thing though, both Ted and I can't stress this enough, we both forgot our gloves and face masks, so we'll see what happens. We're gonna try some face paint, I guess.
Gotta do what you gotta do when you're going in to burn. Get a little green in there. I guess it just depends. So we go 1 and 1. We go 1 and 1. Alright, paint it up. We're making a move. Let me get a bearing real quick for myself, because I'm afraid I'm gonna. Close, we just never saw them. I thought I could hear them moving around. Then they flew up eventually. We definitely could have made different moves, but I liked what we did. I guess I just always figured as long as we didn't spook them, that we'd at least hear them fly up, and we did, so that's good. Gonna get back and make a game plan, but it's gonna be an early one, I think. Tomorrow's Saturday. First Saturday day of the season, so it's gonna be busy.
Alright, it's third day of season, and yesterday morning we went back to where we were hunting the turkeys on opening day. Didn't hear anything there. Then we bounced around, checked out some different spots, never heard a gobble. So went, ate some lunch, drove to a different area, and we're coming down through here, and it's a similar situation to what we saw on opening day. A couple of toms and at least one hen we saw, so we pulled over, hopped out and made a move on them. We were able to hear them moving around, but we could never get them to gobble, and they ended up flying up pretty dang close to where we were set up. It's funny though, because there's a couple of ridge-top trails. They're roosted right on one of those ridge-top trails. There's even like a little wildlife opening or food plot or whatever. It sounds like they've flown up right above it. So this morning we got here as early as we could, and we had one truck go past us, but it seemed like he drove past the spot. We're actually parked up the road from where we're going in because they're so close to that gate down there. We don't want to just pull right on top of them. We debated a bunch, like, it doesn't make more sense to pull in there and kind of let people know we're there, or will people be courteous enough to not just park a couple 100 yards down from us, because it's really not that far. But I don't know, we're just gonna have to see how it goes. I think our plan is to get in there and kind of get between where they're at now and where we saw them being in the truck. If we do that and we don't bump them, I think it's gonna be pretty high odds that we, at least have them around us at first light there when they fly down. The nice thing is there's a row of pines that's planted right along that trail that's on top, and I think that's really going to help block them from being able to see us moving down there. The timber's super open, and on top of that it's burnt. So I guess the biggest thing is once we're set up, I don't think they're going to be able to be in the tree and look down and see us sitting there. I think that's always one of the biggest risks of getting close to turkeys on the roost, but I'm hoping that those pines are going to block us. So I think this is probably one of the best situations we've ever been in a South Carolina hunt. So we're all hopeful this morning that things go as planned. And, if we don't get the turkeys, that's one thing. I just don't want it to get blown up because somebody pulls in right on top of us. But hey, that's public land hunting, so we're just going to hope it doesn't happen, and if it does, we'll laugh about it and move on, try to find something else. Let's go sit in the dark.
Seems like we got in here without them knowing because they gobbled. Right there. Time to load up. trees and they're not gobbling, I'm just gonna be out like a light. That way I heard him like 3 or 4 times. Yeah. I don't think it's the same turkey though. Pretty good amount of them around. Sounds to me like he was either there or across the road. I think it's the same one I've been hearing over there. Just go over that finger, out that finger probably. Yeah. Let's make a move. Just sit down and start calling to him. I think here's good. Yeah. Did he start putting when I was calling? At least like putt clucking. Let's just give it a little bit and see. I think we just take advantage of breaks in the wind and then use wind to move. I think we cover ground, but like just if we're got good listening conditions at the moment, we just stop. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking take the ridge out and then cut across and get on that other big ridge and then work that back where they were to where they were last night. I would like to call up into this and listen into this and then do the same thing over here. Just kind of work our way back. Mm-hmm. Those big drainages are going to probably be down in there with the wind. Yeah. We left and took a break. We had made a move on a gobbling turkey. It was late into the morning and we got up to him and we called. And he immediately clucked or putted and started working away. Then we realized that there was a guy up there also calling to him. So maybe one of the two parties bumped the turkey, or maybe he just doesn't like the calling. But either way, Dad said maybe we should take a break. So we did.
We took a break and now we're back out here, refreshed and ready to go.
Ate some food. I took a shower, did some editing. Remembered that sitting and watching hunts that are unsuccessful is worse than being on them, so.
Let's go get a successful one in. First one of the year for me and Walker. All of us.
just taking my time.
What's just one turkey?
One turkey's standing right in the middle of that thing. And I just took one too many steps and I looked up and I was like, shoot. As soon as I saw it, it just turned and ran. I don't know what it was. It might have just been a hen. I never saw a red head.
Yeah.
But
I would bet it's
But dadgummit, I bumped one right off the plot, dude. Strut marks right here. Just put the turkey out of this opening. That's where we were talking. This is where it was standing, so it's not looking great. I just spooked a tom off this top.
what a wild spot up there.
Yeah.
Easter. Could have been from yesterday, maybe.
Oh man, I mean, yeah. I guess it could be from yesterday. It's not quite as fresh as I thought. I take it back. I don't think that that's from right now. I messed up and bumped that turkey. But we're gonna go back towards where we started this morning, where those turkeys that we spotted last night while we were driving in, where they went to roost. There's a whole bunch of tracks right there in that little opening, similar to that opening that turkey was just standing in, further in here. But we're working our way back towards the truck, but also back towards where we saw those turkeys. Seems like there's a decent chance that if we get in there, that they'll be close. They didn't roost in the same place. Hard to say where they went today. We did learn that there's another really good spot out there where I bumped a turkey. Who knows? Maybe that'll lead to something better. This is Saturday, so tomorrow we can't hunt. Folks of South Carolina, you gotta change that. I guess one positive of tonight is that we didn't hear one fly up right in front of us and gobble a whole bunch and then not be able to hunt him tomorrow. We'll take advantage of tomorrow and edit, so later.
You hear what I said? The time might be right. It just feels like it could be right out there. Finally, stopped raining. It's noon. We got a video uploaded instead of hunting this morning because it was straight pouring. But we're gonna go make a quick loop, make sure there's nothing standing by the road because we've been having pretty good bug crawling on your lens. No, he's in there. We've been having pretty good success seeing him from the road, so we're just gonna make sure the trend isn't continuing, and then we're gonna go for a walk back in here where we hunted 2 days ago. Yesterday was Sunday, so we edited, and then today is Monday afternoon now because it rained all morning, so we're finally back at him, and I think we're all chomping at the bit, so. I'd say the highlight of our day yesterday was we went and played basketball at the local gym, played some pickup, and had a blast. So if you're watching this video, and in the future you see us come through your area, and you also like to hunt and ball, and you see us, holler. You'll probably come play. Bring your A game, because we're really bad. We don't really want to talk hunting with you guys at all, to be honest. We'd much rather just talk basketball, so.
I screwed it up again. The thing is when turkeys don't gobble to your call, I stop calling because it's like I don't want to call and then just have them looking at me and then keep walking, you know. I was gonna basically get to the other side of that and then start calling, but apparently that's not the right answer. minutes later, they came right down here below us. Saw a couple of hens first, and then there was a tom behind him, and he caught movement. He ended up putting a little bit, going up through, and then there's another tom behind him, so I'm guessing it's the same group we saw the other day. But they just putted a few times, and then as soon as they got out of sight through that Mount Laurel, we heard them spitting drum. Don't hear them now, but I'd imagine they're either right in there or right over that hill. So we're gonna back off and try looping around to where we saw them standing a couple of days ago. So hopefully that works out. We'll see. Did you see any of that?
No, I couldn't see them, but I could hear them.
We sat down. I mean, obviously weren't there for long. Look down, there's two hens coming this way. I'm starting to try to turn where I just see him come behind. All red and white. Kind of half strut. I give Brett there's a tom behind him, and he kind of gives me a, what? And he goes, and only one tom saw us, and there's two toms, and a hen, or two hens.
So the Tom was the one that started butting.
Yeah, but it seemed like he got in there, and I thought I heard him spit drum like immediately.
Oh, I heard one drumming like crazy.
Right after the putting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they just probably went right up and over. So that all went down just over there, and we just jumped across the ridge on the other side, worked the backside, and right in here is where we were set up. I mean, we're in the same setup as we were a couple mornings ago. And it seems like these turkeys are just making a loop around these couple openings in the timber here. There's the one opening on the trail. That's where they roosted a couple mornings ago, and then there's like another, it seems like a newer trail, maybe where they cleared a little bit of timber. There's some grass growing in there, and that's where they were headed when they went past us a little bit ago. When they got over there, they started drumming, and we could hear them calm back down. So we feel like they didn't necessarily go far. We're gonna sit here for a little bit, and hopefully they make their loop and come back through here. That's there. It's right there. I thought it was right there. Dead. Yeah, right where they were. I might start calling, It's 4:19. We've been sitting here for a couple hours. Heard that bird gobble like 2:30. Since then, it just started raining again. Got a little windy. Seems like he got out in that open area where we saw him, the food plot or whatever, where we've seen their tracks, and he gobbled again. So almost like they went past us and just circled right back around and ended up in there. My thought was his last gobble sounded like he was facing away from us, which maybe he started gobbling because he was on the move, or maybe he started gobbling because he lost his hens. But either way, it seems like that window is either over or we just can't hear him and he's over the bridge. So we're gonna kind of loop around, make a big wide loop, get up on that ridge that it seemed like he was headed towards. That way, if he is on the other side, we can hear him over there. And then if he is over here, we can still hear him just the same. We're just hopefully doubling the area. We're just trying to increase the area that we can hear that he potentially could be in. We still got like over 3 hours, so really we just need him to gobble on us to be in a good position. And it seemed like we were maybe here, but it seems like probably not anymore, so we're gonna do something different. That was the exception, right? When I turned to walk, I was like, if we find a bunch of tracks up here, I think we just do go back and sit. I think we should do that before we go bumping one. Alright, just go back to that tree or something. Yeah. There's something. it came from. Is it? The calling's coming from over there, isn't it? Yeah, that's where I heard it. It's kind of hard to believe that it's not those guys that we just talked to on the road. Yeah. Guess we'll see. Nothing we can really do about it. Should we go talk to those guys? Or should we just keep sitting here? They just shot right over there where we heard the turkey earlier, so bit of a bummer. I think the part that's the bummer is like, I don't know. It's just weird. Public land hunting is a weird deal because it's like we're really not parked very far at all away. And they just definitely came in here while we were in here, and I don't know. I don't understand that.
We decided to try to go talk to the guys because they definitely shot the gun. And they shot the gun right where we were listening to the turkey gobble earlier in the day. But when we walked out, their tracks pretty much went straight down the trail. Saw no feathers. And they were gone when we made it up to where they likely parked. It did seem like they pulled out and then went honking down the road. So we're kind of starting to think that maybe they were just messing with us, and it worked. We're no longer out there. But I don't know, it's just a little frustrating, you know. Like if people are really just, I don't know, messing with other hunters, that's just not a good deal. Don't be those people. We had spent a lot of time in there today and really were feeling confident in what we were doing, and then when all that went down, if they'd have just walked away and walked out of there, that'd be one thing, but shooting and then pulling out of there and honking, I mean, that's all pretty weird stuff. So I mean, we stood there and talked about what we were going to do for a long time, and finally we just decided that we're probably better off to take advantage of the, again, bad weather and just go back and try to get some video work done before we got to go to sleep. And then probably go back there in the morning because that's where we've seen the most sign. I mean, just right there where we set up at the end, there was tons of tracks there, and there was a lot of tracks on the walk out as well. So I think we'll just probably try to start there as long as nobody's parked right there. We will not go in on them, but if there isn't, we'll just plan on trying to get up there on that high point in the morning, kind of where we ended today, because we think they're going to work away from the road. So that's the plan, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. That's kind of cool.